indigenous to original life, to steal life. It is an anti-life program. It's moving from carbon-based life to silicon-based life to a digital twin of the world that they can control, that is disconnected from spirit. And I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this peace. Through tones, melodies, notes, and peace. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself nearly bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind. It's where you That's my decision. It's to work with this nation. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. Homeschool, I made it just a mistake. Just no words, but also no politics. But my worship and pedophiles, wanna feed out children. All of us got from carbon basis and look on base. Shaking wet, shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Artists of everyday shit and grow crops of the vision. A world full of love and peace. But my decision is to work with this leash. Through talking, melodies, drums, and in the middle of the street. I'm not some master teacher. No, I'm not some pastor or preacher. Was released represent with this passion to speak up. I've been doing 25 years in the East Coast. Realize, they tried to teach us physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to grow with this beast. Through tones, melodies, notes, and beats. When the time comes, shoot it out. Approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be excited that this is happening. And, equated to like the golem bringing in.
Hey, Patricia.
They would like to feed our life force.
Dev, baby girl, Slaughter, Thumb. What's happening, Patricia? How's it going?
Transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Shabbat.
I do it dance to shout down. Who am I but shout down? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. My crown slash helmet. So my aircraft still spit. Heavy tied down and evil seat belted. I look down, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverizes, the cheese is melted. The remnants of cash money, I just felt it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked that caused my hand, I dealt it. Felt it vibrate from the gut of my pelvic. It bust off of some righteous and veil shit. So radiant, I keep a dark room well lit. Cause you little goofies are well quick. Body for real monkey velvet. Body you not for Mars, just a female's clip. As a kid, all I did was fight. I did the bit with a knife. I know I can spit my flows to shit. To a fly, so haters wanna crucify a real man. I still stand with the still hand, but we're healer man. It's not Cypress Hill, I'm total shit. I'm one tough cookie, I don't follow, I set standards. Catch me, you gon' have to do more to scam. Need more to scanners, I'm off the radar. I am as you goofies play God. Some worship the Christ, others pray to Allah. Chase a high, drink paper or bra. You stagnated, well I straight evolve. At a rate, I'm dated space ace to y'all. Buster stuck in the case, face off. after it shaped the stages of fate. They fraud. Battle start intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern. I am a threat. My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, straight to adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury. I'm a thorough guy, goddammit. Symmetric apparel, I'm a fly bandit. Mohawk, aviators, aerodynamics. And it's like I'm an arrow in precise transit. A crystal terrorized with your fans get. Your worlds and perils what I transmit as a transcript. Or I just spit it off the top. It's either shit or get off the pot. This shit's hot.
Who wants to get his own crew? Everybody wants to get his own crew rich. And then they want the other little people to never get a piece of the pie. I don't want to go for the rapper. I go for you niggas that think that y'all big too. I understand this. That's why you niggas and crackers can't stand me. You niggas that know that I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me, young people and old people too. Mostly black people, I'm talking to you.
In my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress.
What you got there?
Simple as that.
Oh, shit. My apologies. I know it's hard to get to. The ants are taking everything. Here you go, babies. Sorry about that, guys. I gotta take care of the babies. I need to hug the tree for about an hour. Seriously.
I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill this. Don't take any cap of skill. No, I'm ill of all citizens who have it to understand. Oh, and it's too late when the caps get bills. Don't believe a GC type. One hit to come to home. You gotta act the bone when it got the dome. When the sun was on, all red in my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. I'm a fun out of giving the fight. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn daylight. We gon' let him out, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender.
This world is such a, and when I say this world, I don't mean in an ideal sense. I mean in every day, every little thing you do. It's such a gimme. Everybody back off. You know, everybody's.
I'm gonna get my paper. I'm gonna draw it. I'm gonna draw you guys.
You want to be successful? You want to be like Trump? Gimme. Push. Step. Crush.
I see you. I see you.
Nobody ever stop.
Hey, you better not poop on me. Oh, okay. I'll be getting over top of me, man. Oh, you trying to be strategic and tactical, huh? You better not pull on me. Ah, you got your butt hanging right over me, man. Heck no, this fool trying to. Oh man, I thought we were cool, man. Oh no, you got it right over my head too, man. Yeah, get your little stank booty. Oh, yeah, thank you. All right, so get over there with him. Yo, putting your ass right on my head. What the hell? Stop there singing. Tweet, and then flexing. Oh no, you ain't gonna get me like. Oh, okay, it's gone. My little girl, she just up there, got a butt right over my head. And she on the other side over there with her brother. I see you looking at me. I see it. Stop turning that tail this way. You just trying to look at you. You keep turning your ass this way. Why you keep doing that? Hi, how are you? Yeah, see, I got some food. I had to clear it up for you. Go on and get it. Hey, mama. What you doing, baby? Hi. Hey, she's right on it, y'all. She right on it, y'all. Check it out. She had her ass. She on it now. She on the little, I purchased that to put the food so the moles wouldn't get to it. Yeah, she's something else. Her baby's about as big as her, too. Look at her. She was waiting for me, y'all. Usually she come right up to me, but she had her ass over my head, man. I ain't playing that now. Uh-huh. That's like family member trying to take a poop on you. So I turn it off. I was going to play a video so you could hear it, but I wanted to read some things and I wanted to point out a couple of things. And how y'all doing today? But y'all know the rage is always there. I'm not saying it to make it but the anger has subsided. Though, hey, my cousin even said, "Damn, bro, you was talking to me, you was going off. He didn't know if I was like, bro." I was like, "Can I have my moment every year where there's certain things I'm not going to sit here and be like entitlement to go out and physically fisticuff. It's been all my life, and there's so much ugly that's been happening for the last 15 years, not just minus the 2 years with those frauds and murdering the people of the land. I'm going to address some of that. But we still have this issue with individuals who don't know nothing. And when I say it, I'm being deplorable. I am being very deplorable. Angst. I am, and I'll tell anybody, you don't know nothing. When you find out information, what I'm always saying, you keep building it and you keep sharing it. You don't sit there like you got the Holy Grail, look at big ass me. When I see ego and everything else involved and you don't really know shit, I want to tear you down. But I sit there and say, well, let them go through for whatever it is that they have to go through. But when I see the same mannerism, the same inaptitude, the same misfocus and the same misguidance, I was watching a video of this young brother. You can go and get the history in St. Louis with the guy with the dog canine biting him and the other guy slamming and beating him in the head and all that, paying compliance bull crap. It's the same thing you see going on over there, but not in such a broad term. You have enough. I was sitting there saying, listen to all the goofy woman yelling at the car and a couple of brothers and them standing around. Why ain't y'all run over there and kick their head off? Y'all worried about, you think that guy's going to hit all 6 of you? All 12, all 20 of you? I don't care about all the backup coming. Why is y'all not calling people saying enough of this? I'm not one to push for violence, but when violence in this very silent form, which is a quiet war, is being put on you, what is wrong with y'all? I see the biggest cowards. And this has nothing to do with white and black. It's steeped in that false delusional state. Those are idiots. They don't know nothing but destruction. They haven't given nothing. They haven't created nothing. They have not made nothing. Them frauds over there, if you look at their diet and their food, you'd be surprised at some of the stuff they took from here. How about the swinging the chicken around? That is not Ashkenaz. That's our Louisiana. That's out of the Carolinas. That's our thing, not no Spanish down South America and all the other ones who colonized our land. And then raped women and had babies and had all these new generations of individuals. I'm not slandering them either, but I'm saying what needs to be said. It's one thing if you're sitting there going, oh, wetback, spit, beaner, and all that other dumb stuff. It's another thing that when you realize that it's not everybody. When you're your own worst problem. My worst problem is Negroes. Dumb Negroes. Majority of people running around the world right now don't know real history. And I got to say it that way. We always go to George Orwell, Mark Twain, all these other individuals. And a lot of people don't read this stuff to see that there's a lot of people that are stating that. Now, George Orwell didn't coin that. He used that for his 1984 movie. I have it. I watched it back then. And people really need to pay attention. And when you get that little piece of information, you're supposed to take that. And that's supposed to be the coup d'etat, the coup against the line. To overthrow it. But it seems like they just keep putting out more stuff. And for some reason, y'all just keep gravitating and grasping it. All right. I see tons of people following people because they love the lie. I see people sharing bull crap. Right now, you got this Jew, fake, this whatever he is, talking about wearing a blue uniform, and he's pushing this narrative. Oh, the Civil War was about fighting for freedom of slavery. I looked at this idiot and says, wow, they really got these Goombas as dumb as they can make them. So they figure that because they don't have enough of you who are ignorant, they're going to keep pushing that. The Civil War was no Civil War. We've been fighting these bastards for a long time. Fought them longer than anybody else. And what we get? We get a bunch of dumb Negroes eating a bunch of crap, running around with their booty out, hot shorts, BBL, stanking, you know, weaves in their head, brothers with toupees and glue on their head, with paint on their face, trying to hide their gray. I can't blame them. There's no wisdom there by the definition. Fighting in the middle of the streets, dragging the people around because, you know, they're carrying their 12 double flame broiled human whoppers, you know, from Burger Kill, and eating them toxic ass French fries, and everything's normal. We still got these goofy gang members. You know, look at what's his name that blew his fingers off. I think he should have got both his fingers instead of the other guy's face. Should have had his face too. I guess that was the creation, and the people were tired reaching out, manifesting something they had no clue. All right. Everybody want to talk about 607. Everyone's got something that is very important to them, but never lean on the people in the limelight if the proper people aren't getting the message. Make sure you share it with people and explain to them what's going on instead of all the dramatics and everything else. All right? Because see, those individuals doing that is because they want you not to attain and walk in your truth. You know, idiot always sitting there with a skull on a cup. You know? Y'all got to see these things for what it is. And stop letting them tell you what it is and making it what it is. You know? Now, the American Society for the Magical Negro, that's steeped in some reality, even though it's a play on words, and, you know, the whole synapticism of it is just, you know, to keep you in Hollywood. Put that crap away. Because, you know, and with them, they're always going to push something that we never wore, gay and homosexual and lesbian. We were never that crap. All right? Magic was a secret. It was not a term or word we use. Okay? And as far as the return, the coming of Christ, that's you. The enlightenment, that is the returning. They got to stop that. That is not some idiot coming down in the cloud talking about, I'm here to save my children. Oh, with that, yeah, check this out. With the faith the size of a mustard seed. Well, that's telling y'all they got you pretty dumb, because y'all can't even sum up the faith of a little tiny ass brown mustard seed. But I bet y'all can put a whole line of about 1 million of mugs on a hot dog. You can put it everywhere, but attain it right here within self. I always ask myself, how many of you are actually speaking into the ether? Everybody's going to be okay. Everybody's healed, complete. Nothing will harm them. Now, contextually, y'all think it means no. It means the latter. Okay? It means the latter. Now, as far as the FBA and its African Americans and sons and daughters of slaves, POWs. How come we have people read and go through the definitions of slave and prison camps and the fact that they're POWs? The war was created by the enemy. They create a problem, y'all partake in it, and then they come with a solution. Bigger prisons so they can have the FEMA camps. Y'all see where they're putting all these people that they're grabbing, right? You see these caged little instruments? But back in California, down in the desert, and over here, they got millions of them in the ground with all kind of cams and everything, just waiting for the deposit of people. They keep telling you what they're doing to you, and y'all keep acting like everything's okay. I guess ignorance and stupidity is convenient. I guess silence, everybody thinks silence because they don't know how to talk, or they want to build up to something to be able to act a certain way is the answer. I don't care where I'm at. I'll put my foot knee deep up your behind. I don't care who you think you are and what role or what you may play. I will break it off at the ankle or at the damn knee. And that's not what's required or needed or wanted. That's just part of who I am. I had a bottle of wine yesterday and ended up drinking 2. I don't even know. All I know is I fell asleep and woke up and tea was, I put the other bottle of wine in the fridge. I don't want no more of that. Boy, I'm lucid dreams and everything. No, it was good looking. But you know what I'm saying? I drink because I need to see things. I don't have ayahuasca. I don't have pure tobacco. I don't have peyote, which I can get easily. I just don't like the trip on that. I don't like the, it takes you where you need to go. I just don't like the zoom, zingy thing. I know how to get mesquite flowers, and this is not the proper pine. I know how to make a certain tea that can do the same thing, but it could be dangerous. So when I drink, and though I don't like it because it hurts you or harms you, it doesn't matter, organic, natural, whatever, it's the best brain. It does damage, especially with all the things they're doing. But you would think with all the things they're doing, poisoning the food, the air, the water, this, that would be enough reasoning for everyone to stop partaking in the world they gave you. Because you got to remember, they didn't send you to school and make you smart. All that stuff I learned in college, couldn't apply it in the workforce. It was just another misdirect. More time away from actually having hands-on to learn something. And I sit here and say to myself, some people just think they got it so good because it's convenient. It's part of the world, the dynamic of the world, the institutionalization, the POW mindset, the prisoner enslaved, entrapped, whatever you want to call it. The individuals, why they move the way they do. And the people around them. You know, when you're standing out there on Watts or whatever, right, and 500 block, whatever, right, and you got the old head coming around with that prison attitude, you know, he like to have the little boys and everything, especially light-skinned Spanish ones if they can get that, you know, Fleece Johnson type, man booty. You know that a lot of them had women and wives, and they go in there and they're big dog, and they get that little he-she with the little breast implants and this, that, and other, and they're cool. So they come out, they're still OG Crip, in the blood, Peru, sit down, 60, 70 years old, looking like idiots, still walking around like they're badass, pants kind of sagging, which what that's all about, and get the bag. And now you got little idiots following them even worse because, y'all play it up. Oh, these YNs don't care about nothing. No, y'all sound so punctified. Every time I see one of y'all say that, I'm like looking at you like, and what you capable of? I'm going to use the chicken shit that made this long to make sure that they got messed up. So your parents make sure you was messed up, so now you make sure they're even worse. Now that's what we're dealing with. Some of you women know it. Some of you know you raised children. You know you had it down. You wanted to use it against the man and all that. And it's not so much vice versa. Men don't really do that. They want to see the woman, if she ain't a meth or crackhead, in the baby's life. More calamity, more chaos, and it's always for a damn dollar, or over or about. I want to read this to you. And as far as FBA, I got to slide back for that one. Get off me. Oh. Good girl. So the term Foundational Black America, the FBA, was created by Tariq Nasheed. Now, he was pushing out of Africa, and he still kind of pushes it. I don't follow him. And calling yourself black for the narrative of the beginning or origin, use a retard. Okay? And that was created not just a couple of years ago, right? Everybody has who they like and what they like, and that's the reason why they buy into it. And a lot of people are just plain ignorant, all right? Now, as far as the African-American narrative, I had to go deep in my phone and found the picture. I might do a post of the individual that actually owned the term as part of a meat company, a pack company, or something like that, African-American. And it's one of them, one of them fake. You know what I mean? And now, you know, he wants to hide. That's what they do. And so now, you know, it is what they said. Now they're saying it is what I was reading the other day, which is complete malarkey. You know, I don't have respect for none of those. None of that, none of those terms. I already pointed out over the last 20 to 30 years when I was in the military, we had a number of individuals, child soldiers, Nigerians, people from the Democratic Republic of the Congo, whatever you want, DCR, a number of places came here, not only served in the military, were able to get companies and bring their families over to establish and run these companies, even the counterfeiting. A lot of people still too busy worried about what synthetic hair they're going to put in their head and permit, jerry curls, blackening their brain, destroying that the Christ fluid, and unknowingly, because there's nobody to guide them and tell them. You know, people are worried about, you too much Zionism. Oh, shut up. Learn what it is. Go back before it became a thing. Go and understand who was the tutelage over, you know, Theodore Albert Herzl or the other synonymous idiots standing with him. You know, always talk about the black pope, but how about Pepe, the gray pope? Why don't y'all talk about some things that matter that has been brought to the table instead of picking something because you think you got to fight when you're still too stupid to know better? Fighting your own is the dumbest thing. Now we have to because some, you know, they're empty. So what you gonna do? While innocent people are still being manipulated, harmed, and hurt, look at all it. Why is it that Fauci, Gates, and all of them ain't locked up? All your mates, Lori, like all of them who were pushing this, even Trump monkey ass. All right, when this vax was known to be killing people, they didn't get the damn vax. They play on the fact that you're ignorant and you don't know no better because it's convenient. And as I was saying earlier, I'm still looking at these dumb Negroes in Cali. I was specifically on one West Compton, whatever, and looking at how stupid they sound. Talking about, oh, Trump, Trump, Trump. You even got the narrative saying he broke the bank and made the country go. I'm like, how can Negroes be this stupid? Now, specifically, I had to see one West Compton. I had to see what the idiots in California were saying over there. It's the dumbest niggas I've ever seen. And yet they still want to stay there paying a high, expensive taxes. Taxation without representation? You pay tax when you go to the shop. Everything you buy, they put a tax on. For the store, for the company. You tax on your paycheck. All these taxes, which you don't have to be. And they're going to keep doing it because it's the system until y'all say enough. Then you know what the CEOs of the stores who are rich beyond anything you could think, they'll say, oh, well, I'm going to have to close the store because I can't. Oh, that's nonsense. They make more than enough. But because our people choose not to come together. You know, I was looking at families in Carolina and Georgia, the few of them that actually had 400, 600 acres, and they got their families together and they built their homes on cul-de-sacs with their family. They policed their own neighborhood. You know, 2 or 3 cul-de-sacs, the whole, like 1,000 family members. How did we get here? We all had them aunt and uncles, Vietnam, Korean War, who believed after war, it's always war brings in all the crap. They believe that they can establish themselves in a better position, but it wasn't for the family. It wasn't for the betterment of the nephews and nieces. What are we doing, people? You have people who haven't accomplished nothing, haven't given anything to the country. You think the leaders and all those goofy motherfuckers don't know that? But our people have. Over and over. You look at the young man that took plastic and he's turned it into biofuel and diesel and everything else. And you got the fake Mossad, these goofy fuck. Why are young people aren't protecting him? You got the young girl, she created the witch guard to get rid of a disease, and all this is not new stuff. It's showing that we still have the light, the highest IQs. Y'all still want to argue with idiots instead of live how you're supposed to live and keep moving forward. So you don't have no more cool at the tops of Ellison or, you know, Black Wall Street, you know, Oklahoma and all other places and You know, Rosewood, they tried to downplay that. That was a little small town. And they say, okay, we did that. This is what we got. They say they own the land because of the dollar. Because you don't know who you are, and you don't carry on as the rightful heir, like not today. That worthless dollar does not buy my land. We don't have a deal. There's no contract. The peace treaty they put with frauds who ain't going to stand up for those peace treaties. You ever notice that? You need all ever look and read all the peace treaties, not just the ones I got in a few books. All the peace treaties that were made with our people. No, y'all like being divided, hating, arguing, fighting, crayon color, fake ethnicity and races. I think the new race is the dumb race that don't have no soul, or they don't want to tap into it. Only mitigated by a false narrative of existence. Some fake ass white pride or some black power bull crap. While the fakes run around, the frauds run around talking about, well, look at me, I'm not a color. Let me get this package, yo. Yes, my apologies. I could have moved it, man. I could have moved it. I could have moved it. My apologies, man. He's a good driver too. I should have parked it on the side in front of the tub. My apologies, man. I should have moved the truck. Is it big? Come down. Wow, my man. Appreciate it, brother. A book. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you got it.
All right, have a good one, babe. All right. Another book. Running upside this hill, boy. Woo! Wonder which one is this? Apologies, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Got some more? Oh, okay. Yeah. I had it, but I couldn't find it. Get this one here. 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro with Complete Proof by J.A. Rogers, author from Superman to Man, Sex and Race, World's Great Men of Color, Nature Knows No Color Line, etc., with additional information by the author, as well as a biographical sketch by Helga Rogers. Empress of Ethiopia, daughter of Menelik. That's just one. So I'll look at it, and you should know 33rd degree, I just wanted to get it. Somebody said you should read it. I had it. It's buried somewhere. But anyway, I do my best to say that, to point out the fact that not everybody's in my head, in my physiology. We're all connected. And sometimes people, they're connected, they don't know it. And so the pain shows itself in some of the most ugliest ways because they are not aware that the connection. They don't know why they feel a certain way, why they're angered, why they're enraged, promiscuous and everything else. It's learned behaviors. It's passed on in the DNA, sadly. Well, for those who buy into the DNA hype. I know talking like this one here, I'm not going to make some great change. I guess that's what it was always about. And I've always been aware that it'd be a few, and that peeves me. I would like to see it be the masses. But there's so many workers of iniquities, and they're not challenges there. Every time I see a video come up and they're talking this stuff, I'm like looking at the last generation, and they fought in the 20-year war, and now they're in their 30s or 40s, and I'm sitting there saying, it's not all, but it's enough to keep people so out of whack, out of tune. I post things because it's supposed to be enlightenment. You're supposed to get a feeling that's not in a nocturnal state, not in the dark sleep. But in the rest of your existence, where there's a connection, when you see something and you have that complicit moment of, and I'm very aware that some will not see that because they're overshadowed by the darkness and the chaos, and they refuse to free themselves. If I post something for funny, it's going to be blah, ha, 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 you know, laugh, laugh. But everything else, when we're harming one another, when we're hurting each other, that should ring bells. It should sound alarms. And when we're being hurt by others, how can anyone have hope and factor in trust or anything? I know what it is. If I get out, overreact, I'll probably shoot him in the head. No, it doesn't always have to be that way. But crying when they've been taught to be numb and continue doing the dumb stuff they do, sometimes you got to put foot to ass. Okay? They made the things that are non-important, they made it important because they created a problem, then they gave a solution, which is never a solution, but a way to hide things. Because as you see, the FBI, and none of them are about anything. One's supposed to take care of stuff around the world. They're creating the problems. That's how they hide in these little organizations. The FBI is supposed to be taking care of things here. It is not. It's not pursuing criminal stuff that they should see. It's about having those same idiots get in that position, and it's about protecting it. And the covenants that they made that have nothing to do with patriotism or anything else. A bunch of new age niggas brought in, grafted, and shaped into the very lies that you think, because of FBI, Hollywood, and everything else, is supposed to be a good thing. They're not doing a damn thing to make anything right because it's part of the program. They got all the idiots, the people. That's why they search them out. Everybody in the right position to do the next phase, phase 2. And you see that you're in it. Look at the floodings. Look at the tornado, the hurricanes. Look at the volcanoes and all this other stuff they're talking. And y'all still want to be convenient in your steed. Oh, well, I'm going to be okay. I know American Palestinians who have died over there, trying to get back home with their family, blown up. The media ain't gonna tell the truth because they're a bunch of sack, worthless excrement. Yo, worthless ass paid easily to blackmail politicians and mayors and all them and congressmen ain't gonna say nothing because they're full of it. Because y'all allow it. Every one of you allow it. Some will say, but you shouldn't worry. Oh, man, please. They're ignorant as... Y'all don't get it. They are stupid. It doesn't matter about what's going to happen. I stated that because I have a story to tell, and I know what my dreams are. I'm aware when they done dumb things, you know. And I'm very aware that my anger and rage, I always want to say it's because of y'all. No, that's not the case. It's beyond that. I don't like feeling it, having it there. When I say get rid of your feelings and emotions, I mean get rid of all the lies. So that way you can better deal with things. And when you have to step away, or when you have to recalibrate and recharge, reinvigorate, you have to do things. I'm about to attempt to do a fast for about, I don't know, 30 to 40 days. So I've got to get my magnesium glycinate. I've got to get my boron. But these things you could take, I got to get my salt tablets. Because I'm pretty much we're out of Celtic salt. I could order it, but I have cash, so. I was taking the iodine that I have, and I was taking the powder pills and stuff, and I was doing the iodine drop to see if the stuff turns black. Well, the lion's mane, it turned black. That's bullshit. A couple other ones I tested. The selenium didn't really turn black. So I went ahead and added a little water fusion to see what would happen. And it was dark, but I think that might be actually a real selenium. Well, it's supposed to be plant-based, but I think it's synthesized as one form or another. So I was just doing that, just checking some of the stuff that I utilize. And I looked at the prices what I paid for this crap. Now, I always go third parties to test it, but you never know because the enemy is on all facets. I mean, I know there are things that you can use. Like, I'm not going to take that methylene blue. I don't care how long and what. They stripped the food of minerals, the earth of minerals. They killed all these. Do y'all know what the female tree, what part it plays? Do y'all have any idea? Why y'all still chasing ghosts in Mexico and racism and this, that, and other? Do y'all have any idea? Why you're feeding your hate instead of elevating yourself to a better position? No, not at all. Yeah, you see your babies and your grandbabies, your nephews and nieces are on, you see them and be honest. You know you feel a very negative state. You know that you're like, they gotta go through this shit. I even heard a mofo say to his nephew, better you than me. Like, what? What makes somebody say, I'm gonna be dead soon? Hey, like, that's very dilapidated. That's a sickness, and someone say, well, you're getting soft. It ain't about soft or hard. It's, how can you be so damn delusional? Well, it's easy for me to hate. Easy. By what y'all call, y'all's definition of what you think hate is. It is very easy for me. But I choose not to. I don't like the things I see, but I would be steeped in a feeling and emotion, right? So they have to happen. I'm aware of that. But did they have to get to this point? Not at all. I asked this knucklehead, American, okay, well, what language you speak? Where in Africa are you from? Well, 23andMe. Oh, dude, man. You know what? They shut that down. But you know what? I done seen people saying lizard, the dog, lizards, bird, all this DNA in it. And it's always, if they got an idea of where it's coming from, they're going to say, oh, sub-Saharan Africa, 75%. Because they're going to look at where you at in Chicago, Old Town, Old Block, where you at in Cali, and where they know Texas, they know where you, and they're going to go, oh, it's a black mofo. Because they actually had a light-skinned family in Georgia. They're sub-Saharan Africa. And that was not too long ago before it shut down. They sent it back with a picture of them and everything, and their genealogy. Only going back a handful of generations, yet it was there. They're fraud. And most of the people telling you, check your, they're agents. You think they wouldn't pay people to do dumb stuff on these platforms? Where they're willing to pay them to go out there and bust out windows with a couple of cops and feds, 21 jump streeters, you know what I'm saying, to cause a ruckus. And you've seen enough of these marches where certain individuals come up and they grab them and stop them and say, what are you doing? We ain't doing that. And they know the agitators. They got the baklava on their face. They got the backpack and the skateboard playing a role. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, come a Molotov cocktail. Here comes somebody with a wrist rocket, popping cops with ball bearings and, marbles. They don't care. It seems like these cops here are quick to want to pull the trigger on so-called Americans. I keep telling you, they're not Americans. They're not patriotic or nothing. Y'all literally have excrement walking around in a costume and you allow it, permissible by a fake judicial system. Enough of you should know by now, Black's Law Dictionary and meritorious, see, all that crap. And y'all still refuse to come together. You still refuse to come together. It seemed like all the Negroes I met in the last 2 years, all the Negroes were married to some light-skinned women. No problem with it. But it seems like they were put strategically in the right position. Like, you think I'm stupid. See, that's the biggest mistake everybody makes around me is not coining themselves in the proper efficacy. And then they think that, oh, nobody can be paying attention because I'm keep moving away out there like it's meaningful. I said I study people. I feel it. I smell. I guess y'all call it pheromones. Well, for some reason, I've got this. I can smell things that I couldn't before 2018. I really want to just be reading on here, going live, just working on that. That's it. But I don't think y'all see the crucial timing, the position, the place where you're at. I really don't think you see it. Yeah, I'm getting ready to fast. For 30, I'm going to push for 10, just like any other day, push for another hour and another hour and keep doing it. I have to. Whispers. I was told to do it. I don't just do any and everything, but when it's a little weird, it's not been wrong. It hasn't been wrong yet. Now, I'm not here to be right. I like to see all this stuff just be, just go away. I like to be wrong. I like to be very wrong, and I'm not here to be right. Anyway, I just want to come on and share that. I'm gonna read a couple of your comments. All right. And yeah, I gotta run out here and pay this porta potty thing and check the mail. Another thing I can't stand, when I'm dealing with people over the phone, business-wise, and I'm listening to them talk, and they sound like they're authority because they've been doing the same job for about 6, 8 years, 10. And I'm sitting there saying, oh my God, freaking stupid. And that's where I keep losing hope for you. And I'm very hopeful for you. But it keeps running away from me. It's not like I had it in the beginning. But because of the dream, because of some of the things I've seen, maybe I'm not supposed to see those hopeful events. You know what I'm saying? Oh, is that an idiot or something? Yeah, let the idiots be the idiots. You can get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Or do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they're dumb. They wouldn't say it in my face. Some of them probably ex-military or active, and they think they got it. I destroy them, literally. So let them shoot shine. Let them tap dance. They don't get no warning. Hey, Stu, what's up, mama? Are you traveling? Yeah. Just get rid of them off the channel completely. Don't time them out. Just let them go. I don't care if they come around. They can come around on somebody else's page. All right. That's not a bot. That's just a dummy. And I like the dummies because it keeps me wanting to have the dreams and to see. There's no name, so trust me. And never go into the light people. Don't ever go into the light people. That's like jumping into the damn skillet or into the fire outside the skillet. Don't go into the light people. You see that big void, that blackness? And you better be on the good side because I don't think you want them big ass things chasing you either. All right. I'm just saying. I don't want you to believe nothing I'm saying. You figure it out, find out, and figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Yolanda, oh, what's happening? Well, I'm reading right now, so I can get off here. Oh, let me go up here. Some baby girl come in here. Appreciate it, Dev. Where and when did the term FBA? We covered that. Gophers go for any. Yeah, man, they funny. I love them though. She's a grand ascension. They be giving us leaders that nobody asked for, and they're not supposed to be your leaders. They're supposed to be the spokesperson for you. These motherfuckers. It's an oligarch. It's fascism and Marxism. It's exactly what a lot of people have been saying. Light skin and everybody else. You know. Okay, cool. Jolly A. Rogers assassin. You know, it's old Navy Jolly A. Rogers. Oh, appreciate it, Tom. Whatever, man. I appreciate it. Baby girls out there traveling. Oh, you just get off work or something, huh? African influence are fanning their hatred for Mexicans. Yes. Oh, Rainstar? Okay, baby. Yeah. Earl Patterson's a dumbass. So whatever fake name. Nah, yeah, let him be. He's a retard. No, we don't use none of that. He's a retard. That's why Earl Patterson's a retard and he's gone. You've been hidden from the channel, chump. We don't have time for nope. Copper color all day, Yolanda. Yeah, we got Diary of a Revolutionary. Yo, what's good? What's good, fam? Yeah, that's been everlast. Yeah. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I thought y'all was talking about some other stuff, but I gotta run out here and pay this bill, and I'm gonna come on back. I'm gonna start looking at when I'm gonna start this fast. I'm not gonna say nothing to y'all when I start, just let you know I am. I got a lot of things to do, and I can't work hard, but I'm going to work. You know what I mean? It's gonna be hot. I'm gonna have my liquids, key limes, water. I got to get more magnesium. I have to get some salt tablets. I have iodine, cramps. You know, I have potassium, liquid potassium. I may do, because pineapple and ginger is a part. That's a few parasite killers. The other is garlic. I'll be doing that with a tablespoon of honey, just during the fast. It's indicative and paramount to do certain things. I'll still be chewing the one clove at night. That kills majority. Oh, I forget which parasites. You can look it all up. Like I said, we have sardines, tuna. We're getting away from the meat stuff. I still have some ground beef because I like my burger, so I'll have a burger today. We had some excellent buttered garbanzo bean pasta with shrimp. It was fabulous. A little salted minced garlic, stick of butter. It was just perfect. One of my favorites I like to make. But it's time. I've got to go into a deep, deep fast, a painful one. I know it is. And I waited, you know? It has to be done. You know? It has to be done. It's not about whether I like it or not. I just know it has to be done. It's going to be hell. In the heat, I just know. But I'm not going to give it time of day. You know? There's so much stuff going on in my head, y'all. It's not confusion, far from it. Stuff I'll be wanting to say, I just can't say. Oh, man. Anyway, I appreciate you guys, all right? So, yeah, here it is. All right. Here's a J. Edgar Hoover lookalike, nigga. All right, no good. All right. If you want to see Charlotte Sophia, Queen of England, consort of George III, great-great-grandmother of George VI, you want to see who she was? I told you, black, well, definition of crayon color, melanated people are the royalty. Those are frauds. They're not gods, not anything. Nothing. I have this picture in here. I actually have a post. I have a Beethoven, Bach. I got the fake death mask and all that stuff. The individuals that made it, you know, the voyage of the Sable, Venus from Angola, West Africa to the West Indies, escorted by a white Neptune and a nimbus of white cupids, painted by T. Stafford in 1818, fancies of fair black femininity from Boston, Mass. To Buenos Aires, used to await the slave ships for the arrival of the black Venuses. They came from North America. They didn't come from Africa. Yet, you get this because you got to remember in 1818, you got to remember when they first started rewriting history and changing everything. Okay? It was important to make you from a place, a dystopia that never existed, because they come from one place and they needed that reversed. Okay? And that's the reason why I read these kind of books, to see the error and the arrogance by the individuals who want to mismanage the individuals. When I told people that both of y'all Palestinians came from Africa originally that's where y'all came from. They said no, but in Algeria, here go two slaves. One, a eunuch, a combatant who's a POW, the other one's just what she always was, a slave. When I went through the PDF and I was looking at the pictures, I says, wow. Now, Negroes then, and the coincidence is really amazing. The pictures below is Parade of Seville Negro order. For additional data on nearly all these facts, see the 3 volumes of Sex and Race. Now, we could talk about Booker T. We could talk about W.B. Du Bois and the Nubians and unmixed Negroes of ancient Egypt. You know, because remember, a lot of them individuals today, those are mixed. That's what war brings. And they lost history and everything, because the original people there were darker than midnight in Egypt. Afros, curly hair. The original people, which Europe is founded under, Europa, which is the mispronunciation, was an Algonquin queen who was the king. All you got to do is change the lines and see where it flip-flopped. And people don't want to do that. Go back to the so-called big 1700s, which would be 7th century compared to the 6th century, when they fell off the map, and then all of a sudden things started to change. And then all of a sudden the war, the Crimean, and all this other stuff, and then the extra added 8,000 years. This is real stuff. You know? And I'm going to read this, and I'm going to speak on it. I'm not going to read the book to you, but certain things that I know I want to look for, I got to highlight in there. Okay? Get gas. But anyway, let me go pay this bill, I guess, and get back, get situated, work on that door. I started sanding it, had to charge the batteries up, and I got to flip it up. Tomorrow, well, Wednesday is when I'm supposed to go over there and pick up the spray, so I'm not going to flip it up yet. I want to, I just want to get past a certain point so I can start walling. I already measured, and I'm ready to start building it up, you know what I mean? And closing it in, you know. Still gonna take quite a few more dollars I don't have, but you know, I'm patient. Just gonna keep doing what I've been doing. Pay off some of these bills, which probably take about another 5 or 6 months. Look, guys, y'all got a chance, all right? That's all I'm gonna say. Everyone's got a chance, I think. All right. What was that? Oh, I see it. Yep, I'm right behind on the red meat. Fish only and veggies after I finish off around me, and I've done 3 days fast. Day 7 going to do excellent. No big deal. Oh yeah, okay. All right. What was that? Oh, I felt the switch over when I went to only plants and fish. Now red meat smells so bad, and it is because it's putrid. The moment you cut anything, you kill anything, you separate it from its root, it starts dying. It doesn't matter. That's why they want you to keep it cold. They put carbon monoxide and all this other stuff, and they put chemicals because it's not the way we did it. Whatever we sacrifice, we dispersed, right? Whatever, however, that was divvied up and salted. Salted is the best way. It dehydrates, but it also keeps a lot of the minerals and stuff in it. And that's what we grew up on. In wooden barrels, grandma, great grandma, all nighttime, George Knight, all of them, we kept big barrels that you see like have wine and all that with salt, real sea salt, rock, breaking it. And she'd massage the fish, get all the fish done in the barrels downstairs. The pork, salted in the barrels downstairs. Excuse me, the beef, the filet mignon, and the prime cut, and the whatever the cuts, right? Salted. You hear me? Baby, go down there, give me a couple of them short stack pork ribs, or give me a couple of them big old, and I go down there and digging through the salt. Hands dry, getting tough as iron. Getting them salted fish, 4 of them, have it on that little handmade woven thing. I just put the fish, had the pork over here, and had the beef on top, run it upstairs. She got the water boiling in these big ass black pots like you think some damn witchcraft going on. And she got the vegetables, and we're popping peas and string beans or whatever. And you know what I'm saying? Sugar snaps, and we're snacking on cabbage hearts. And can't get better than that. I used to take a bite off of the damn parsley. Yeah, baby, eat that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. And now look at us. Can't even smell the fruit. You don't see grapes and berries and wild berries and boysenberries growing nowhere hardly. We used to have nut trees was all over the place. The nails, our bananas got big, no seeds in them. I remember growing up where they had all them black seeds. I was scared I thought it was bugs half the time when I was youngin'. Well, we used to have them little, and then Doyle or whatever, and then they started getting big and funky looking and too sweet. Now you can't even taste them. And you would think that the world, with the superiority on one group, convenient wanting to spend everything in the other group who used to be farmers, and then everybody else just comes over. This is the great America. I'm gonna enjoy it. And they're getting fat and obese and dumb, just as brain fogged and dumb like everybody else. Well, we could have had a big ass greenhouse. We could have been growing stuff. That's what I do. I'm tired of people that start and never complete anything. They hear what they're supposed to hear, and then they go right back into the resources of their stupidity, not their divinity. That's the stuff that makes me want to quit, I remember picking apples and blueberries and strawberries. I said, yes. All right, Diary Revolutionary, you be cool, fan. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off, guys, and go take care of this so I can get back. All right, and I appreciate y'all. As always. All right. See y'all later. I might come back on. All right. Appreciate y'all.